All right, good morning, y'all. Hi. We're going to do one more bed yoga video before I head to India. So grab your Yorkshire and get back in bed. So I'm going to lay down and just start to stretch out my arms and legs. I'm doing a little movement with my knees and hips. That feels good right now. And then just really lengthening the legs, the spine. I'm like pushing into the wall a little bit. And my guard dog is watching over me. So just notice the breath, move the head around. I'm going to go back to some windshield wipering of the legs. So bending the knees, my feet are in the bed, and just kind of rocking out side to side. And then I'm coming into a little bound angle or Baddha Konasana. I'm just going to notice the breath, and then I'm going to turn my head side to side. I'm going to lift it up and look over to the right and the left. And breathe. I'm going to place everything back down. Just kind of stretch out my arms, take a moment. I'm going to rock my legs. Oh, there he goes. I'm going to hug my knees in, just give myself a little rock, a little roly-poly. And then starting to move my ankles around. So any movement here that feels useful. And then I'm going to add my wrist to it as well. I'm just waking everything up for the day. And I'm going to hug in, and I'm going to squeeze one knee in, let the other leg kind of dangle in the bed, and I'm going to do that on the other side. So kind of like a Apana-asana or Ekapada-apana-asana, that one-legged wind-relieving pose. Really great to do in bed. Then my favorite stretch, we do this in class a lot, just extending one leg up towards the sky, and then moving the joints around. So the ankle, the knee, giving my hamstring a little tap there. And then any movement, again, that feels useful. I'm going to take it across the body, back through the center. Notice your breath. I'm going to take it over towards the wall there. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to shake out my legs, go back to just extending, doing a little yawning there. And then let's rock it out and do the other side. I'm going to lift my other leg up towards the ceiling and then move the joints around. There goes my ankle. Moving down the leg towards the knee next. And just take a couple nice deep breaths here. Any massaging of the calf or hamstring. Any taking it in any direction, really, that feels good. Across the body or out to the side, or maybe both. Try a little bit of this. Try a little bit of that. See what you notice. And then I'm going to let that go. A little movement of my knee there. And then back to that Supta Baddha Konasana or bound angle. And then stretching out. Ooh, and then I'm going to stretch out my legs and arms here. So I'm going to reach diagonal across my body. So I'm reaching my left arm up and my right leg. And I'm reaching those away from each other. And then I let go. So I'm kind of squeezing, maybe even holding the breath a little bit. Reach, squeeze, lift. And then I'm going to let it go. And then I'm going to do that one more time. So taking diagonal, reach across the body. It's feeling really good in my body. So I did it again. Lifting up, squeezing, any movement there. And letting it back. So letting it go. I think I'm going to roll into a little spinal twist here. So I'm taking one leg over the body, and this bed's really small, so I have that leg just hanging off the bed. That feels really good on this side, so you can have that option that's nice in bed to just let your arms and legs hang off the bed. And then coming back to your breath. So I like to stay in the twist a little longer while I'm in bed. Any movement of your head. Oh, and here comes Smitty. Back in action, seeing what mom's doing, and right to the face. So I'm going to switch sides. So taking your time and any twist that feels good. So this is a little different than the other side. I'm crossing my legs here, rearranging. You can always add some pillows in between the legs. And here you see now my arms kind of hanging off the bed. And then coming back to your breath. Oh, Smitty must have heard something. So cute. And then I think I'm going to move my arm around. I am. So I do this one a lot in class. We call it the rainbow to the tater tot taco move. You might have heard this one where you're drawing the piece of chalk up over the head like a rainbow. You roll into your side body like a taco. And of course, my favorite taco is a tater tot taco. And I'm just going to play with some arm movement here while I'm still in that spinal twist and my Yorkshire is still hanging out right next to my butt. And just checking in with my breath, checking in with your breath. So I'm stretching this area here where my hand is. That felt really good, all of that. And I'm going to shake that out. Try not to kick Smitty. And then it goes right into kind of like a little cars for my hips here while we're staring at each other. I'm just going to roll and rotate around the hip here. So I'm taking it like out to the side, down towards the bed, and up and around. Smitty's checking things out. I'm going to do that on the other side. So out to the side, down, turning the foot in, and I'm sweeping up and over the obstacle that is my Yorkshire. So that makes it fun and interesting. And then that's enough of that. I'm going to submit to him, take a break, and take a moment to check in with your breath as Smitty once again steals the show. This is Judy's favorite part. Smitty. Lots of Smitty kisses and bed yoga. All right, I'm going to try and do a little partner yoga with Smitty. Let's see. Ta-da! Oh, and he's not having that at all. And he's like, I'm out of here. All right, so let's flip over. I'm going to roll over onto my belly and just do a little sphinx. So I'm coming onto my forearms, moving my head, and then like a little cobra variation where I just lift up a little bit. You can slide the hands back, do more of that cobra or bhujangasana, and then any movement of the head. I'm going to lay down and then do some windshield wipering here. I like this a lot. It feels good most of the time. So just resting the upper body as I move the legs. And then I'm going to do this fun little half circle with the legs here, side to side. Ooh, and I might even take it there. It went all the way around. And then crisscrossing, so some fancy windshield wiper action going on here. Just seeing what I notice and seeing what you notice as you move around this morning. I'm going to sit it back into child's pose. And sometimes this is where I like to end or fall back asleep. I'm going to take a few breaths and rest here. Any movement or wiggling, I'm going to reach out my arms and just take a nice extended variation. And then I'm going to pop up. So let's sit up. I'm going to sit up in bed, cross the legs, lift it, stretching out a little bit there. Moving my neck around and then my feet eventually coming to the floor. So grounding through the feet now and my hands a little bit and moving through the head and the shoulders. So any movement that feels good, make sure you're breathing. Take a couple breaths here in and out. Just any movement you want to explore here in the neck. You'll see me move my arm around a little bit here. I'm going to switch sides. So I've added a little external load here with my other arm on top of my head. And then just some free range movement of my other arm. And then at some point my neck pops. So notice your breath. And I'm going to shake that out. And then I'm going to kind of stand up and just fold forward. So nice transition from sitting on the bed to upside down. And then boom, back in my bed. So you can also do this in the chair. I'm going to pause, take a nice little move here for the neck. So kind of like Namaste hands, drawing the hands in one direction as I look in the opposite, just for a breath or two. And then bringing it back up. And as I exhale, I'm going to fold forward and then slowly lifting my tail up. So like a standing forward fold or Uttanasana. And then I like a little side movement there. I'm going to sit back into the bed, or if you're in a chair, you can use that. And then coming back through that heart space, taking a breath. We'll do that again. We'll reach up for the sun and fold forward, Uttanasana. And you can shake things out, or if you want, lifting halfway up and folding back into, and then I'm going to rise up. Ooh, all right, officially standing. I'm going to bring it to the heart space, reaching up back to the sun, following the breath. And then my favorite move, we did this a lot in chair yoga, reaching up for the top shelf, or reaching up to pull that string for the fan or the light, which are sometimes impossible to reach. So just reaching up, climbing the ladder, moving side to side, forward, backwards. I'm going to do some twisting. I'm going to move into the main movements of the spine to help the spine wake up. So first is that rotation, and then some side bending or some lateral bending. Any way you want to take that. That feels good. Notice the breath. And then some cat-cow, or some rounding the back like a cat. Yeah, there we go. And then another way we can do that is up and down. I pause halfway and then go all the way down. And then just let everything shake out, take a breath. And we'll rise back up to stand. And then back down. So you can make it like a little vinyasa, moving from that mountain to that standing forward fold. Following the breath. And then shake some, so there must be one more thing left. I think, go ahead and shake everything out. We're going to do some shoulder rotations, so some cars. Grounding through the feet first, taking the feet down and out. And then I'm going to try and keep my torso kind of in line with the pelvis. And let's reach that arm up. And then we'll turn the palm and sweep down the wave, pausing so you can turn the thumb or internally rotate that shoulder, pressing into the resistance, sweep down. Sweep back up, turn, and back up. And let that go. So we'll do that one more time. I'm going to take that arm up to the sky, pausing, and then turn the palm away, like I'm sweeping down a wave, and then turning the thumb down, up and back. You can pause, and then sweeping beside the body, and then back up, turning, and then re-sweeping. All while breathing and pressing the feet down and out. So we'll do the other one. Ground through the feet. Notice the rib cage. And here we go. We'll lift that arm up. Lead with the thumb, as I always tell Judy. And just move at your own pace here. You can take it wide. You can pause anywhere. I really have enjoyed doing these daily for my movement and strength and mobility here in my shoulders. We'll sweep it, and then we'll take it back into that resistance. Turn it, bring it back up by the head, and we'll let that go. All right, let's shake everything out. Ooh, a little silly walking, shaking of the knee. Take a breath, shake the shoulders, another sun breath. And I think we're about done. Yeah, all right, we're done. Have a great morning, and I'll see you next time.